Hi folks, today I bring you a VFD that belongs to the LG model LH score C6231, which is a combined copying device for VHS and DVD. It used the NEC driver with the reference D16315GB, which is equivalent to the PT6315 from manufacturer Princeton Technology Corporation. I bring this not by the driver itself, but through a simple power process with 5 volts DC. Most of the requests for help are all related to how the VFD driver is powered. So today I suggest two DC-DC converters. One at 5 volts to 5 volts DC, okay, is one relation 1 to 1. And the other from 5 volts DC to 24 volts DC. And I leave the advice to make sure what are the isolated converters between the input and output. I leave the code, it is a basic code, so be easily interpreted and modified. It is not depending on the external libraries and running on the Arduino one, but you can adapt to any processor like 1284 or 8051, any family, okay? I don't apply buttons reading, but I have a lot of the code made to make it appears in the other videos. Like I let here the two converters I'm using to power up all the system here. I need a negative voltage. In this case, I'm try a value near from 24 volts. And for obtain this voltage, I use this small converter. The reference of this converter is B0524S and have 2 watts. The important thing related with this converter is the input and output is total isolated, okay? And this converter here have a converter from 5 volts to 5 volts, okay? Have one relation 1 to 1. And one more time, the important characteristic of this converter is the input is total isolated in relation to output, okay? You can see here the converter. I have here a small voltmeter to monitoring the output voltage, but you can see the model is the same, okay? And I have here only 5 volts to the input. This 5 volts polarize the filament direct, okay? The filament is connected direct to these 2 wires. Normal I'm use diodes, but in this case these 2 diodes present here is not used. I can remove it, is not necessary, okay? Because this panel have 2 serial resistors between the wires of the filament. The converter 5 to 24 is here. I have a capacitor of 10 microfarads to the input DC, and to the output values DC I have a capacitor with 1 microfarad 35 volts. The voltage I get from this converter is near of the 24 volts. The positive of the converter is connected to the GND here. This means I extract here the less 24 volts, okay, and the less 24 volts go to the negative voltage of the input of the board. It's running over Arduino. I have done a code to run a test of the segments, okay. I press the message, one message only to identify the segments, and after I let here a small sample of the seconds, minutes, and hours, and you can adapt how you need. Okay. The identification of the pins to connect the board is right here. These small letters, and the second block is here. Okay, this block here belongs to this first group, and this belongs to this. You can find here the filament 1 less 27 volts, filament 2 5 volts DC, GND, data, clock, strobe. All the identifications is necessary to connect to the processor is represented here in these letters. Okay.